Razabani for FightHype.com. With me, victorious coach, not just once but twice tonight. Shane Mcguigan. Shane, how are you?
Good, mate, good. Tired, emotionally tired. You know, Lawrence's fight was a hard fight. It wasn't an easy fight. It took a lot of energy out of me, you know, because I'm working with Lawrence. I need a second fight, and you know, Eddie chucked him in the deep end, and we had to take this sort of the fight to cement, you know, where he wants to get to, and you know, and work his way up that ladder. And then we obviously had just that main event was up and down, and Josh was getting on top. Prograis started getting on top, back and forth, back and forth. I'm tired. I'm happy. I'm super happy, but I'm tired.
There were two times. Once where you were talking after Lawrence's fight, it seemed like your voice had already gone.
Yeah.
And then also when Lawrence won and you picked him up, kind of the happiness you showed when you picked him up. And you looked at the away corner and said, "Come on."
Yeah.
Kind of show me how important it was.
Yeah, because the thing is I have respect, right? I have a lot of respect for people, and I've got a lot of respect for Dominic Ingle, but man ain't got no respect for me. And he showed it throughout this last few days, and it's quite disappointing. So yeah, I had to go and celebrate in his corner because it's unfortunately what happens. It's just, you know, you act like a dickhead and you get it shoved back in your face. But yeah, no, I had to regroup and recompose, and then we went again in the final.
The first round, Prograis and Taylor, everyone was split, some give to Taylor, some with Prograis. The next couple looked like Prograis won those quite comfortably. Yeah. What did you change? What did you say to Josh to do round 5, 6, 7, 8?
But he started to. I mean, I thought early on, I thought Josh started to get into his rhythm, and even though Prograis might have been outworking him, it was taking more out of him. Josh was comfortable closing that gap, working in close, and Prograis is really good if you give him distance. And you know, the thing is I said to Josh, you know, working close, tire him out a little bit, because he's not used to fighting a pace. He's lazy. He relies on his power. He loves loading up. I said you've got to take that away from you. You've got to move your head. You've got to stay in close, get inside. And when he's on the inside, he looks to try and hit one shot. So you've got to let your combinations go. Then he starts getting into a rhythm. But yeah, I mean, it just wasn't easy. And then, you know, and by doing that, it exhausts you to get in close and to work in close. And then at times I was saying, Josh, all right, now pick your feet up now. Once you got Prograis fighting, then you can move around. Then you can start boxing and fighting bursts. And then when you burst, you've got to sustain your attack. So he boxed really, really well. I think we picked up enough rounds in the middle rounds, and then his eyes started closing, and after like the 9th or 10th, he says to me, he says, "Shane, I can't stay out my eye." So those last 2 rounds were an instinct.
Consider trying to pull it?
Huh? No, not at all. Absolutely not, because he'd hit Josh with his best shots. And I'd asked him in the fight, says, you know, he says he's heavy-handed, but I can see his power. His shots were wide. He was good to the body. He was working well to the body, but his headshots were quite wide. So we'd never pull him. You know, I mean, I'm always looking out for his safety, but he was. You know, this is what he's trained his whole entire life to get to, and you need to make sure. I said to him, I looked at him and said, you need these last 2 rounds, and you have to stay close because you can't see. You have to get in close, because as soon as you're out of distance, then he's got leverage on that backhand, and that's when you're at a disadvantage. So get in close, work in combination, and bite down on that fucking gum shield and deliver, and he definitely did.
You said that you had him winning by 2, but were you nervous when the scorecards were being read?
I mean, I knew there was going to be a draw. I couldn't see how he would have picked up enough rounds to win the fight. So it was like I was looking around. I'd got enough information from people at ringside to know that, you know, that if there's a draw, and you know, then there'd definitely be 2 cards in our favour. And you know, the fact that he was the home fighter as well in close rounds, yeah, plus he burst and finished the rounds nice and strong. You know, I think he won it by 2 rounds, and he needed them.
Shane, he's only 15 fights in, unified world champion.
Yeah, 16.
16, sorry. Yes. Do you chuck him in with Ramirez?
100%. He needs an easy fight. And I'm not saying Ramirez is an easy fight. I'm saying I think he needs an easy fight. Next, he needs a long rest. He's boxed 3 unbeaten guys. I want him to have maybe 1 more, and then we want the Ramirez fight. You know, he's got 2 belts now, and WBC Diamond belt as well. So it's going to be hard to keep his mandatories happy. So he needs to look to get clear up all the belts soon. But we'll see. We'll sit down. See what the promoters come up with. Whether we sit down and talk to Eddie, see where he's at. I mean, he top rank's got Ramirez, isn't he? Even though he boxed on Hooker boxed on the ESPN show, didn't he? Oh, the other way around. Okay, yeah. So we'll see. We'll see if we're quite friendly with Robert Garcia as well. So I'm sure that fight can be easily made.
You said 5 minutes. I'm going to stop asking you any more questions, Shane. Many congratulations once again. Don't keep the wife waiting, or the missus, the girlfriend, I'm not sure. And enjoy the rest of the night.
Appreciate
and we'll catch up with you soon.
Thanks
Shane Mcguigan from FightHype.com. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Cheers.